Hello and welcome to another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Theodore Henry, your guide for this enlightening journey. Stay with us as we bring you features that educate, inspire, and move you to action.
In a fast-paced world, it's easy to act on autopilot. But what if we took a moment to be intentional about our choices, to recognize that every action counts? Small intentional actions can create a ripple effect. A simple smile, a helping hand, or a kind word can change someone's day and inspire them to pay it forward. Being intentional starts with mindfulness. Practice gratitude. Choose kindness in your interaction.
Every choice we make has the power to inspire, uplift, and create a better world. Take a moment each day to be intentional.
Thanks for staying with us. As the world accelerates toward clean energy and climate-conscious choices, Jamaica is driving towards a cleaner, greener future, cutting emissions, lowering fuel costs, and embracing electric vehicles as the next step in sustainable transport.
Across the globe, electric vehicles are transforming how people move, and here in Jamaica, that shift is gaining traction, quietly, cleanly, and confidently. Electric vehicles are more than a trend. They're a response to rising fuel costs, climate change, and the push for energy independence. With government policy and private innovation aligning, the future is now.
That's why the government has taken decisive action. Our electric vehicle policy provides duty and GCT concession on EV and hybrid vehicles, and that is expanding our charging infrastructure island-wide. We are positioning electric mobility as a key part of the solution to Jamaica's energy and climate challenges. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company, which falls under this ministry, introduced the country's electric buses last year, a milestone in public transport. These buses are cleaner, quieter, and more efficient and cost-effective, and we plan to scale that success island-wide.
From duty reductions to infrastructure rollouts, the government is paving the way for cleaner, greener roads.
So, electric vehicles are suitable for any kind of roads, really. Of course, Jamaica's roads are challenging for any kind of vehicle, mostly because of the uneven road surfaces and potholes. So, any kind of vehicle is going to go through more suspension parts, unfortunately, in Jamaica. But apart from that, electric vehicles are very well suited for a country like Jamaica because Jamaica has limited range requirements. So basically, a modern electric car can go the full length of Jamaica on a single charge. So in terms of range anxiety, which is often cited as a deterrent, we shouldn't have much range anxiety in Jamaica at all. With the arrival of more affordable electric vehicle brands like MG and BYD, you're starting to see a lot more full electric vehicles on the road. And I think that's making the public much more friendly or primed for that switch in going from a combustion engine to an electric motor. So I think every additional EV that you see on the road kind of warms up the Jamaican population to EVs and makes people more comfortable with the idea of going electric. Look at what has happened in the renewable energy market as kind of a similar pattern that you'll see in the EV market. I would say, 10, 15 years ago in Jamaica, it was a very small segment of the population that was beginning to install solar at their home or their business. Now you're seeing solar power becoming almost conventional. Most businesses and homeowners are looking at solar because it's a proven way to reduce your energy costs. I think the EV market is probably 10 years behind the solar market, and you'll see many more people adopting EVs once people realize that there's enormous cost savings.
Locally based suppliers are partnering with global EV leaders, bringing modern mobility options closer to home.
Benefits also include maintenance, right? Given that our EV is here, you only maintain it once a year. That's one crucial factor of it, which reduces cost of ownership, all right? And another factor is reliability. So less moving parts equals, less needing to go ahead and change out anything, any worries, oils, all of that stuff. And it's also beneficial for the environment. If we're talking about the average Jamaican lifestyle, it is installed in your home. In terms of the charging station, you have that already available. The other factor is, in partnership with the JPS and Evergo, you have destination charging stations right across Jamaica, able to get you up to 80% in 15 minutes. Especially with the gas prices fluctuating here and there, people are actually finding themselves a bit more challenged. So you find yourself spending approximately, call it, over $34,000 a month, when you could actually be spending up to $10,000 or less per month.
Clean, smart, forward-thinking, electric vehicles are here, and Jamaica is ready. The future is not coming, it's already charging.
Looks like we have a good amount of charge. Let's go.
Are you ready to make the most of your summer? I'm sure fun is on the agenda, but have you also considered using some of the time to earn a bit of extra cash and gain valuable experience for later in life? Here are 10 tips to help you land that perfect summer job. Don't wait until the last minute to start your job search. Begin early to beat the competition and increase your chances of finding the ideal summer job. Explore online platforms and company websites to discover a wide range of summer job opportunities. Reach out to friends, family members, and acquaintances to inquire about job openings or potential leads. Networking can open doors to hidden opportunities. Visit local businesses in person and inquire about job openings. Making a personal connection can leave a lasting impression. Craft a polished resume that highlights your skills, experiences, and achievements that are relevant to the job you are applying for. A well-written resume can set you apart from the competition. Tailor your job applications to each position you apply for, emphasizing how your skills and experiences align with the job requirements. Keep an eye out for job fairs in your area, where multiple employers gather to recruit summer workers. Job fairs offer a valuable opportunity to connect with potential employers face-to-face. Make use of all that time you've spent navigating social media. Optimize the skills you've developed and look for those businesses that aren't fully active on social media and approach them with a plan to reactivate their accounts. Follow up on your job applications with polite emails or phone calls to express your continued interest and inquire about the status of your application. persistence pays off. And finally, stay motivated and positive throughout your job search journey. Remember that finding the perfect summer job may take time, but with persistence and a positive attitude, you can achieve success. With these tips in mind, you're well equipped to embark on your summer job search adventure. Good luck, and here's to a rewarding and unforgettable summer.
From innovation hubs to new bus routes, Jamaica's future is in motion. Up next, Minister Darrell Vaz outlines where the country's science, energy, telecommunications and transport sectors are heading in 2025 and beyond.
Jamaica is innovating for a sustainable future. The Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport is picking up steam, advancing national development with infrastructure, technology and education at the heart of its mission. The foundation begins with our youth.
Over 1,900 students participated in the Young Inventors and Innovators competition. Over 1,400 students were engaged in science in the park, and 101 STEM ambassadors are now mentoring young Jamaicans.
Jamaica now leads the region in science policy, becoming the first Caribbean small island developing state to complete UNESCO's Go Spin policy mapping. Here are the plans to drive innovation this financial year.
Upgrading laboratory facilities, expanding research and development with new studies in biotechnology, renewable energy and sustainable agriculture, which will support national priorities. Scaling STEM education and outreach.
Jamaica jumped 8 places on the Bloomberg NEF Climate Scope Index, now ranked 39th out of 105 countries for progress in energy transition. The path to 50% renewable energy by 2030 is underway.
As of May 2025, we have achieved 12.5%, with an additional 100 megawatts set to come on stream in 25-26, representing 4.5%, therefore bringing the total to 17%. Subsequently, in addition, an additional 220 megawatts will go to the market in 2025 to come on stream in 27-28, which will represent an added 10%. Therefore bringing the total to 27%. The JPS is expected to add 130 megawatts in 27-28 financial year, and this 6% will bring the total to 33% by 2028. The generation procurement entity will go back to the market for 300 megawatts, and that will take on stream the additional 23% to round off to 50%.
But there's more. A reformed electricity sector is on the table, a new JPS license and a review of the Electricity Act.
We cannot and will not continue with our electricity system which has such high costs, and we cannot continue with a system where 30% of the power is stolen.
The House Wiring and Inspection Program, launched May 1, 2025, to improve household safety and expand electricity access, will support 20,000 new prepaid customers, giving access and credit support for the most vulnerable.
The new prepaid electricity customers will be eligible for the credit facility during the 6 months immediately following the effective date of the policy. This means that a customer who becomes eligible in September 25, the final month of the 5th month window, will still receive the full 6-month credit benefit extended through to April 2026.
Petrojam is pivoting toward green energy. New investments will support ultra-low sulfur diesel, biofuels, and asphalt production.
Petrojam is progressing with its project to install facilities that will convert heavy fuel oil into asphalt, increasing monthly output from 4,000 barrels to 19,000 barrels.
The company will refine 8.2 million barrels of oil for local and export markets, supporting national development. In exploration, the United Oil and Gas PSA was extended to January 2028.
The extension allows United Gas and Oil to continue de-risking the offshore prospects and continue their search for an exploration partner with the aim of drilling exploration wells with the drill or drop decision now due by January 2028.
Digital inclusion remains a top priority. eLearning Jamaica distributed over 11,000 devices to special needs students, along with 800 interactive panels to schools, and introduced coding and robotic kits in 10 institutions. For this financial year,
eLearning will continue its work. Distribution of over 4,000 additional technological devices across all levels of public education sector, including special needs schools. Expansion of STEAM capacity building programs, including robotics, artificial intelligence, data protection, and coding workshops.
All major townships across Jamaica have been outfitted with public Wi-Fi through the Universal Service Fund's Connect Jamaica Public Wi-Fi program.
We are not stopping there as we continue to allocate $1 billion each year to invest in the government's national broadband infrastructure.
The Spectrum Monitoring Authority is responsible for ensuring that all operators in Jamaica's radio spectrum network comply with the regulations and the guidelines set out.
In 25-26, they'll continue the modernization of the radio monitoring and direction find system to improve efficiency. Integration of AI and data mining for enhanced spectrum monitoring, establish strategic spectrum monitoring stations in key areas including airports and airdromes. Strengthen evidence-based policy framework to support Jamaica's transition to an advanced wireless infrastructure.
To tackle infrastructure theft in the telecommunications sector, the government tabled the Law Reform Amendment of Penalties Act on May 20, increasing fines for tampering with telecommunications systems. And a new era in mobile services is on the horizon. A third domestic mobile telecommunications provider, Rock Mobile, is expected to enter the market.
That also will do big things in terms of improving service in unserved areas and, of course, giving options to consumers in the near future.
Schoolers only. Come September, students in rural areas will be riding in safety and style. Phase 1 of the Rural School Bus Program will see 60 buses rolling out in September, with 40 more coming by January 2026.
And we'll see dedicated school buses being provided to approximately 258 of the 850 rural schools, which is just about 30% of the rural population.
With geofencing, driver monitoring, parental tracking apps, and attendance systems, parents can be assured that students will be safe during their commute.
The current fare for each student in rural Jamaica, depending on the distance, is between $150 and $300 Jamaican dollars per student per trip. In this new dispensation, the fare for a round trip per student will be between $60 Jamaican dollars and $100 per day.
Cleaner, cheaper fuel is here. In just 7 months, the government saved more than $180 million on fuel costs with the rollout of compressed natural gas CNG buses in the JUTC's fleet. We're also soaring to new heights. Between 2025 and 2029, $372 million is set aside for aviation upgrades, with $53 million earmarked for this year from the Airports Authority of Jamaica.
AAJ is investing in critical shoreline protection for Norman Manley with $658 million seawall. The AAJ is actively pursuing several strategic airport projects. Line Adventure Airdrome at a cost of $2.9 million. Holland Bamboo Airstrip, reactivation for tourism and regional connectivity. Ken Jones Airdrome assessing expansion potential.
From powering classrooms to fueling buses, from modernizing our skies to protecting our wires, the Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport is doing the work to innovate for a sustainable future. In light of increasing natural disasters, it's crucial to be prepared. Part of that preparation involves safeguarding your vital documents. This can save you from added stress and complications. Here are some essential tips to ensure your documents are protected. Let's start with the basics. Vital documents include birth certificates, passports, insurance policies, medical records, and property deeds. These are the lifelines you'll need during and after a disaster. Make digital copies of all your important documents. You can scan these and store them on a secure cloud service like Google Drive, Dropbox, or OneDrive. This ensures you have access to them from anywhere with an internet connection. Digital documents can also be stored on a USB drive. Store physical copies of your documents in a waterproof and fireproof safe or cabinet. These are designed to withstand extreme conditions and can be a lifesaver. Place the safe or cabinet in an easily accessible location, but not where it could be easily found by intruders. Put together a grab-and-go bag with copies of your most crucial documents. Include essential items like identification, insurance policies, and emergency contact information. This bag should be easy to carry and placed in an accessible spot in your home. Lastly, keep your information updated. Regularly review and update your emergency contact list and ensure all documents are current. By taking these steps, you can ensure that your vital documents are protected, giving you one less thing to worry about during a disaster. Remember, being prepared can make all the difference. Stay safe and stay informed.
In 2022, we had 19 children that died in road fatalities. In 23, we had 18. In 2024, we had 24. And so far for 2025, we have 5. A total of 65 young children at different ages that have died on our roads over the last few years. Let us remember these simple life-saving principles. Obey the speed limit. Speeding is the leading cause of crashes. It reduces your reaction time and increases the severity of collisions. Never drink and drive. Alcohol impairs judgment and coordination, and even one drink can be deadly. And that's not even to mention alcohol, substance, any kind of substance. Always wear your seatbelt, whether in the front seat or the back seat. Seatbelt saves lives and protect our children. Use proper child restraints and teach road safety to them from an early age. Last but not least, be courteous. Yield to pedestrians, respect fellow drivers, use indicators, drive defensively, not aggressively. So let us ensure that June is more than a ceremonial observance. Let Road Safety Month 25 be used as a turning point. The moment we all decide to make road safety our personal and collective priority, not just for 30 days, but for every day, for every road, and for every life.
The Jamaica Midlife Health Society, JMHS, invites you to a powerful online forum titled Midlife Reset: The Challenges, Strategies, and Solutions. Where am I? It takes place this Sunday, June 29, from 2 to 5 p.m. live on Zoom. Join 3 expert speakers as they explore how you can reset your lifestyle, shift your mindset, and strengthen your financial readiness during midlife and beyond. Admission is absolutely free. For more information, contact jmhsreceipt@gmail.com. The Ministry of Health and Wellness presents the Corporate Wellness Challenge 8x8 edition. Running from July 2025 to February 2026, this 8-month national initiative promotes physical activity, healthy eating, and regular health screenings in workplaces across Jamaica. Organizations are invited to register by Monday, June 30, and take part in this transformative journey. For more information, visit www.moh.gov.jm or contact the Ministry's Health Promotion and Education Unit. Jamaica will proudly host the 49th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, from July 6 to 8 in Montego Bay. The meeting will be held under the chairmanship of Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica. This year's theme is People, Partnership and Prosperity, Promoting a Secure and Sustainable Future. Jamaica welcomes CARICOM. And that's all for our community notices this Saturday. If you have a community event to share on our notice board, give us a call at 876-922-8680 or email jatkinson@jis.gov.jm.
Effective July 1, 2025, the old cotton banknotes, including the $5,000, $1,000, $500, $100, and $50, will no longer be legal tender. This means you will not be able to use them for purchases or other cash transactions. But don't worry, the Bank of Jamaica will continue to redeem these notes at face value indefinitely. Going forward, use the new polymer banknotes that have been in circulation since June 2023. These include the $5,000, the $2,000, $1,000, $500, $100, and $50 notes, along with the $20, $10, $5, and $1 coins.
As we wrap up today's edition of Jamaica Magazine, we hope you found these features informative and engaging. Let's stay connected through our website, jis.gov.jm, and on social media. On behalf of the production team, I'm Theodore Henry. Have a great weekend.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.